Hi everyone, and welcome to this informal Pilates class. First one sort of in person for a while. I know that some of you have been doing the classes, the class plans that I sent you early on in the lockdown. But I also know that some of you have been busy with other things and might not have had much opportunity to do those. So today's session is just going to be really gentle, no props, so that if you don't have much in the way of props at home, you'll be able to follow along just fine without anything. You may, if you need to, use a pillow, if you normally have a pillow behind your head in class for bridging, or to sit on when we're doing any of the seated exercises. Do have a pillow or maybe a couple of pillows handy just to make things more comfortable for you. So we're going to start by lying down, and we're just going to come into our normal supine position here. So we want to have our feet and knees hip width apart, and you can do your little thing to get them nice and hip width apart. So if you've forgotten, that's just feet together, little V, so turning your toes out, heels together, and then we're going to plant your toes and bring your heels out to meet them. And then check that you're in a nice neutral pelvis position as well. So you can use your hands as your little spirit levels, pubic bone and fronts of the hip bones, nice and level. And we're going to start with just some gentle pelvic tilts. So I'm just going to move this arm out of the way so that you can see. But for you, arms just nice and soft by your sides, palms up. And all we're going to do here is just relax for a moment. Take a nice long inhale. And as you exhale, we just want to gently tilt your pelvis back, and inhaling, tilt it down towards your toes. So exhaling, tilting back towards the belly button, inhaling down towards the toes. And our little bubble buddy Orlando has come to assist. So just keep going with a few of these, keeping them lovely and gentle. You'll notice that it's not a big movement. And let's just finish up. So we're going to come back into a nice neutral position here, and we're going to go on to some of our bridging. So let's just relax here and take a nice long inhale, melting anything, shoulders, jaw, neck, any areas that feel a little bit tense. Let's keep palms up. So let's take another nice relaxed inhale just to prepare. And on your exhale, we're going to gently rock back and then allow your hips to flow up towards your knees. So coming into a nice long bridge, pausing here to breathe in and exhaling, flowing back down. All right, let's do another couple like that. And if anything feels a little bit stiff, just remember we've got our nice olive oil. So let's allow some to drizzle down your spine. And let's take a nice melty inhale. Exhaling, flowing up. Feel that olive oil loosening your spine. Pause to breathe in. Exhale, just allow your spine to flow back down. And remember, if you feel a few wobbles, it's just because your body is wakening up and refamiliarizing itself. Let's go again. And just notice if anything needs a little bit more melting, shoulders, neck, jaw. You might need to stabilize your knees or your feet. Hello, bubble buddy. We're doing some movement, so please don't climb on. Okay, so we're going to float our arms up to the ceiling here and allow your shoulders to stay nice and melted into the mat, so nice and wide across the back. And let's just inhale. Exhaling, flowing up. And inhale, allow your arms to flow back overhead. So resting your hands on the mat if that's where they get to, or just above if it's where they are most comfortable. And exhale. So finding that little bit of extra length as you flow back down. Inhale, float your arms back up. And let's exhale once more to flow up. Inhale, gliding your arms. Let's have some olive oil for the shoulders. Allow that movement to feel smooth. Exhaling, finding that extra length. Starting to feel your spine moving more freely after a few of these. Let's do one more. And exhale, flowing up. So a nice long bridge. Inhale. Now the arms just to glide freely. And exhale. Lovely and fluidly. Back down. Inhale. Allow your arms to flow up and then come to rest. Palms up by your sides once again. Actually, let's just widen them out. I'm going to take them out to about 45 degrees. And then staying in a nice neutral spine here, we're going to float one leg and then the other up to our tabletop. Allow them to rest together for a bit of neutral support. So we're going to do our side to side exercise here for some nice lower back and hip loosening. And we're just going to start as we inhale by gently tilting over to one side, allowing the legs to keep resting together. As you exhale, flowing smoothly back. So take your time and inhale over to the other side. Exhaling back up. So a little bit of olive oil around the lower back and pelvis, or even the mid back, anywhere that feels a little bit stiff. Let your shoulders stay melty, neck and jaw. And just keep going with a few more of these. So inhaling to tilt, exhaling to return. If you find yourself wobbling, you might have tilted just a little bit too far. So try a smaller tilt and just keep it lovely and slow. So just gently waking up the lower back and pelvis area. All right, let's bring one leg at a time gently back down. And then we're going to just come up to sitting so that we can go over into a prone position on our fronts. So see what works best for you. You might want to hold on behind your knees here and just roll up. And then let's come back down to the mat. Sorry you can't see my whole body in here. It's the best I can do. So we're just coming to a nice long outstretched position, lovely length through the whole body, little grasshopper wings, so hands under shoulders. And I'm going to rest my forehead here on the mat. Let's have a bit of olive oil around the shoulders and take a moment here just to melt any tension, relax any clenching. Allow your pubic bone to rest into the mat and imagine making room for that little butterfly under your belly as we inhale. As you exhale, feel your shoulder blades sliding and the movement drawing you up just from the breastbone to around the base of the ribs. Inhale here. And exhale, flowing down. Good. Keep going. So inhale at the bottom. Exhale, shoulders lead the breastbone. So we're not moving from the head. Your head is just coming along for the ride. Feel your ribs expand as you inhale. Exhale to flow down. And let's do some more. Some olive oil drizzled down your spine, maybe, if things are a little tight. Exhale to flow down. Let's do one more of these. And we'll finish there. So we're just going to come back to rest on our heels. Get nice and long. Allow your head to just dangle loosely. We'll just take 2 or 3 nice, long, relaxed breaths here. Feel the air flowing into the back of your rib cage. And if you like, you could do a little bit of side-to-side movement as well, just to do a bit more lengthening and loosening. All right, so coming up now to sitting. And then from here, we're just going to come into our side lying position. So remember to use the back of your mat to help you get nice and aligned. So backs of feet, bottoms and backs of shoulders, nice and aligned. Try not to lie on my AirPod. Okie dokie. So we're going to do some of our book openings for some nice shoulder relaxation. So allow your knees to sink into the mat here. Top arm just resting so that your shoulders are nice and aligned, hips also vertically aligned. And we'll take a lovely melty inhale. As you exhale, we want to lengthen that arm, let it glide and let your head roll so that your eyes can follow your fingertips. I'm going to run out of space here, so I'm just going to reach the wall and we're going to inhale here and exhale to flow back down. So let's maybe think about some olive oil for this shoulder and also for the rib cage and the neck. So just giving some freedom to all these areas that need to have some movement in them. So nice relaxed inhale. Exhale, just lengthen. And let your head gently roll as you glide, ribs wrapping, knees sinking. And then if you've got space and it's comfortable, you can go all the way to the floor. Just check that your knees are still attached to the floor. Inhale here. And we're going to exhale to come back down. Let's do one more here. Exhaling. And eyes following, ribs wrapping. Feel that wonderful opening across the front of the chest. Inhale. And exhale to flow back to the floor. All right, we're just going to come up and switch around to the other side. I'll come forward a bit so I don't hit the wall this time. So feet, bottoms, shoulders, nice and aligned, hips and shoulders vertically stacked. Let's have some more olive oil for this shoulder, a bit more for the neck, for the rib cage. I'm going to inhale. Exhale to lengthen and head rolling so that your eyes can follow, ribs wrapping to wherever is comfy, just keeping those knees grounded. Inhale. Exhale to flow smoothly, but no rush. Pause here to breathe in. Exhale to flow back. And exhale, feel that glorious stretching, lengthening, opening across the front of the chest. And exhale to flow back down. All right, let's come back up to sitting once more. I should also add that if you want to do more of these exercises, more reps of any of them at any stage, feel free to pause the video and just do a few more before going on. So let's come up to a seated position next with our legs out straight in front of us. Now, if you look at my spine, you'll see that I can sit nice and tall with my legs out in front of me. And I can tell you as well that it's quite comfortable for my hips and my lower back for me to sit like this. However, if you find that your back looks more like this, or if it simply feels really rather tight and uncomfortable for you around here or around the lower back, do feel free to sit on a pillow or a cushion or even a couple just to make things nice and comfy. Feet about shoulder width apart, and we just want the heels to be grounded without doing anything really tensing or clenching in the legs. So fairly relaxed legs, just grounded. All right, so I'm going to face forward, hips facing forward, and have your hands by your sides. We're going to do some nice spine twists here. So as you inhale, just allow your arms to float up to your sides, just lightly, and a little bit below shoulders. So we want our shoulders nice and melty still. And we're going to exhale, and as you do, see if you can grow a little taller and wrap. And inhale to gently unwind to the front. And exhale to wrap the other way. Oh, doesn't that feel good around the middle of the back? Inhale to the front. Let's go again, growing a little bit taller. You might want some olive oil around the ribs and the mid-back. Good. And just notice what's happening with your feet as well. So if you start to, I'll do it now, pedal your feet. You might notice yourself doing that. And what you might also notice is that that moves your pelvis and moves your legs. So see if you can keep those legs really nice and still. Feet nice and grounded. Let's do one more each way. A little bit taller. Hopefully starting to feel a bit freer. Oh, such a lovely antidote for sitting in front of a computer or whatever it is that you may have been up to. All right, let us from here go on to some standing exercises. So unfortunately you can't see my face now, but that doesn't really matter too much. So what we're going to do here is a bit of a balance and hip exercise again. So this is the important part. So what we're going to do is we're going to get nice and tall and relaxed, feet lovely and grounded, and let's just choose a leg to start on. So we're going to shift our weight into that leg, nice and long and strong, and just float the other leg a little bit off the ground. Have a wee check here, see if your hips are nice and aligned. You can keep your hands on your hips if you like here, but I'm going to recommend rather having one over your belly and one in your lower back, because we're going to keep breathing and breathe as you like, but I'm going to inhale to just gently bend my knee down and exhale to flow up. As you can see, I'm a little wobbly, so you might be a little bit wobbly too. So these are just some gentle one-legged squats. Now, if you're finding it really wobbly and really hard to do this exercise at all, please don't be demoralized. Rather, use a wall to support yourself. So I've just turned around to put one hand on the wall here. Still the same thing. And we're just going to gently bend down and come back up. Let's do the other side. So going onto my right leg now. So nice and long and strong through the side. Feel that foot sinking, your weight shifting. So other leg just gently floating. See if you can get your hips nice and aligned here. I'm going to do that same thing here. check that little suction cup under the ball of your foot. Mine's being a bit naughty. And we're going to inhale down and exhale up. And those hands there, I think I might have forgotten to mention before, are simply there to make sure that you're staying nice and still through your spine. Otherwise, it can be quite tempting to wobble around through the back. So I seem to be very wobbly on this leg today, so I'm going to do one or two with the wall as well, and we're just going to gently come down and up. And there we go. So these ones are a little bit of balance, so you can work up to doing them without the wall eventually, but also they're a great one for strengthening your hip area. All right, let's do some nice standing roll down. So feet hip width apart. Feel free to do your little turn out exercise again if you need to. I'll do the side on so that you can see some of me better. So nice and tall and floaty here. Lovely, dangly, relaxed arms. Remember, our fingertips are just going to drizzle down. And we'll take a beautiful melty inhale. As you exhale, nod your head and allow your body to start to flow down from the top to the bottom like a beautiful flowing waterfall, just to wherever your waterfall is willing to flow. So allow everything to dangle here as you inhale. Exhaling, just allow your shoulders to zip into the middle of your back here, and then we're going to allow your hips to flow back up, and then nice and gently restack your spine. Let's do this one again. And so on our exhale, nodding, flowing, gently. Hips are the last thing to tilt forward. Remember not to dangle down here for too long if you get dizzy or if you have any blood pressure issues. And exhaling, drawing your hips, then gently restacking the spine. Okay, you may want to do some more of those. I'm just going to do a couple of the seated version for those of you who would like to try this or who are not able to do the standing version. So in this version, again, feel free to sit on a cushion or two if that makes things comfy for you. Heels gently grounded. We're going to have our arms floating lightly out in front of us. Shoulders still nice and melty and nice and tall through the spine. So let's just take an inhale here. On our exhale, same movement. We're just going to nod and we're going to gradually start to curl and flow forward and feel your hands just gently sliding forward as you curl to wherever is comfy for you. Pause to breathe in. Exhaling, we're going to gently start flowing back from the pelvis and the hips, and nice and slowly unfurl. This may actually feel a slightly more challenging exercise than the standing version, simply because we don't have that whole freedom of movement through the whole body. You might feel it a little bit more in your spine, but it's an interesting variation on the exercise and really good if you do get dizzy doing the standing version. Let's do one more of these. So nice melty hands. Inhale. On your exhale, we're just going to gently nod, flow forward. So again, curling forward like a C curve or a wave. And we're going to hold here to inhale. On your exhale, we're coming back up from the base. So roll back slightly. Allow yourself to restack from the pelvis, lower back, middle, and gently all the way to the top. And then let your hands rest. All right. So I'm a little bit out of practice. I forgot to do our little checking in at the start with our baseline reading. So maybe you remembered. Either way, let's just do a little check-in with how we're feeling now. So feel free to just close your eyes here for a moment and just notice, even if you didn't do your baseline reading, just see whether you feel any changes in your body. All right. So nice, short, sweet, and hopefully gentle reawakening session for you all. My first ever session like this, so please forgive me for any blips and for the occasional spot where parts of my body were out of view. It's just a little bit difficult working at home with something less than a professional setup. But I'll do more of these, and please feel free to offer your feedback and let me know of any things that you think I could be doing better or exercises that you'd particularly like me to incorporate. And I hope to see you all back in the studio again as well soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.